what a wonderful experience Adventure Time was. It might have not have meant much for them, but for us, it was everything. Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Punk Yoshi or Alberto. Welcome back to the video. If you recognize the title, no, you're not crazy and you don't have deja vu. I made a video very similar to this for Arcane, which you guys seem to love. So I thought I'd go down my list of my favorite animated TV shows and give them the special treatment that I know younger me would have wanted for this channel. Yeah, this video is for you guys, but deep down it is for me too. The kid that would watch cartoons after school all day because it was the only medium that he would find genuine joy every time he was watching his favorite shows. If you guys are new to our channel, hi, my name is Punk Yoshi and I love animation just as much as Finn loves Jake. Even when he's jaking it, there's this beautiful melodic feeling from the earlier seasons of Adventure Time that I just can't describe. It's like they brought the vibe of an old Atari game to HD with a cool fantasy setting and awesome lingo like
Schmouse out! Mathematical!
Someone got hit in the boing lines. Hit in the boing lines. Boing lines. Boing lines. Somebody got hit in them.
When this show dropped in 2010, I was a prime demographic for this show. At this point, I was 8, so I was either playing on my Nintendo DS or watching Wizards of Waverly Place when I stumbled onto the most incredible ad I've seen to date. Does anyone remember this awesome marketing run for Adventure Time before the series debuted?
Excuse me? Do you know what time it is?
11:30.
Actually, it's Adventure Time! Yeah!
Sure, call me Ankh, but when I was 8, it was everything for us. They had us all screaming,
What time is it?
Adventure Time! A new cartoon coming in April to Cartoon Network.
when the pilot dropped, I was so ecstatic. Even though it shared some limelight with regular show, no hate, I could care less. All I cared about was Adventure Time. I still enjoyed regular show when I wasn't being mentally stubborn. And to this day, I remember seasons 1 to 3 as if they were ingrained in my brain. I would eat it all up when I was on TV every time. This video idea itself came after I finished rewatching season 3. And I'm currently making my way through watching the series as a whole again. I don't know why I started rewatching Adventure Time right now, but maybe it's because I'm depressed in my adult life. So, as a kid, I would continue coming home and watching the new episodes of Adventure Time till about season 5 premiered, the notorious season 5. For those of you that don't know, I'll try to keep it brief. Season 5 started with the culmination of season 4's finale, where they semi-beat the Lich. Finn gets teleported to a different dimension, where everything is different. And I vividly remember the marketing for this episode. It was a big 2-part extravaganza, and it was an epic saga. You know, you get the deal. The first episode was called Finn the Human, and the second was called Jake the Dog. And even back then, I remembered liking these episodes. Then I remember watching the Squirrel Tree episode, and bam! Everything goes dark. So during this time, my parents actually cut the channel for Cartoon Network because, you know, DirecTV was raising their prices as they usually do. And my parents couldn't afford it, so bye-bye Adventure Time. So long, partner. Darkness. Peace.
Fall.
Many years went by, and I remember going to my cousin's house, and he was watching an episode where Cinnabon was like blue, and I think he was in the Fire Kingdom or something. Maybe it was the Elemental movie, but I'm not too sure. But they were pretty far along at this point. I hadn't watched Adventure Time in years, and I was super curious because the lore seemed to have gotten so much bigger since when I was watching. So I waited about a year or so, and the show actually finished. And then they put all the episodes on Hulu. So you know what that means. Binge time. I caught up to where I left off, and then I continued my journey with Adventure Time. And holy sh**, might I just add, I am so glad I stopped where I did, because it gave me such a profound appreciation for those early days of Adventure Time to this day. But the show really went all out with the lore towards the later half. And at this point I was in high school, so I was eating that shit up. It was so engaging and honestly so worth the binge. I can't imagine having to wait multiple weeks for the next part of those arcs, for those long arcs. If someone was watching live during that time, can you guys let me know how they handled that situation? Did they release it all at once, or did you have to wait every week for the next part? Because that would honestly really suck. I just watched it all at once and it was amazing. When I was on the last episode, I had such a hard time watching the finale because I didn't want my show to end. So much so that I created a new term for this feeling. Finnphobia, the fear of your favorite show ending. Named after my boy Finn himself. He deserves it. But yeah, I ended up watching my event and then went to bed full of tears at night, until they announced Distant Lands, which were 4 hour-long animated movies about different members of OO, to give them a proper send-off and see what happens to our favorite characters after the events of Adventure Time, because the show left it off pretty open-ended. The series was really good, some better than others, but I got my Finn and Jake ending, so I was pretty happy with that. It totally didn't have me crying at multiple instances. They should have ended that series off with together again, but I don't know, I digress. After the commercial success of Distant Lands, they announced a new show, Fionna and Cake, which I thought was pretty awesome. The lore continues with Simon and Fionna, plus I got to see adult Finn, which is really cool to see. I'm still waiting on season 2 though. They're kinda lagging it on that. The future of this franchise seems really bright though. They already confirmed season 2 of Fionna and Cake. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an old-fashioned reboot by the end of this franchise. Since Max is pretty smart with his target audience, they know exactly what the audience wants when it comes to animation. Right now they're holding this IP and Harley Quinn, which has given me life in my adult life. Or not, I mean they could totally stop with Fionna and Cake and I wouldn't even be mad. At this point we have 3 spectacular shows that showcases the best animation has to offer right now. If you're curious, I would place Adventure Time in my number 2 spot for my top 10 animated TV shows list of all time, giving it that Punkik Yoshi silver medal. If you're keeping track, that puts Arcane at 3 and Harley Quinn at 4. Now who's in 5th and 1st place? I don't know. Maybe we can discuss that in a different video. I'm sure a lot of my Gen Z friends can relate to my love for this show, the impact it's had on their lives and my life, and it still lingers in society, with all the merch that is, you know, everywhere. As for Adventure Time though, we are just gonna have to wait and see what this world has to offer for this legendary piece of animation. With that, I'm gonna end off today's video. What do you guys think of what we discussed today? Do you like Adventure Time as much as I do? Let's talk about this in the comments. Also, so I know that you've made it this far into the video, what's your favorite Finn sword? Mine's the OG. Let me know what yours is in the comments. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It goes a long way for a small YouTuber like myself. As always, my name has been Alberto, or Punkik Yoshi. I'll see you later in the land of OO. Bye bye.